Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start today's video off with the latest physique update from our current reigning Mr. Olympia Samson Dauda at about 10 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. And I really like the amount of detail that I'm seeing from Samson at about 10 weeks out. Of course, his biggest competition at the Arnold is going to be former Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford as well as Andrew Jack. But being the current reigning Olympia champ, Samson is still the favorite. And I was slightly surprised when Samson announced he was gonna do the 25 Arnold because he did 2 Arnolds this year, the Romania Pro and the Olympia. Hasn't really had much downtime. But as we know, Samson is a guy that can do multiple shows and still make improvements. So as of right now at 10 weeks out, I'm expecting our current reigning Mr. Olympia to go win another Arnold. Now next up, not a recent physique update from Nick Walker, but it is now official that Nick Walker will be competing in the 2025 Pittsburgh Pro. And this wasn't too much of a surprise to me. When Nick announced he wasn't doing the Arnold Classic, I figured he would jump into Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is giving out a ton of money this year. But next year is also a big year for Nick Walker. I said 2024 was a big year, but he was unable to compete at the O due to bad coaching, to say the least. But 2025, a lot of people are counting out Nick, including head judge Big Steve. Nick has to get some good placings. Nick has to get some good showings to get back in good graces of the fans as well as the judges. We have not seen Nick Walker compete on the Olympia stage in 2 years, and what we did see from Nick at the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing and New York Pro this year was not the Nick Walker that we're used to seeing, but hoping to see a big year from the mutant. This guy's mindset is next level. I'm pretty sure Nick is doing everything in his power to bring his absolute best to Pittsburgh. And next up, courtesy of Buys and Tries on Instagram, we do have a statement put out recently by Brandon Curry. So Brandon announced that this year he will not be going to Kuwait Oxygen Gyms to train. He will be staying closer to his family and he will be under the guidance of Justin Harris. Brandon, great physique, one of the best of all time, former Mr. Olympia, former Arnold Classic champion. Why were these decisions not made a little bit earlier in your career? I do like that Brandon is trying to stay closer to his family. He's open to change even later in his career, but he's over 40 now. Regardless of what coach he works with, it's going to be very, very hard to improve his physique. Now, don't get me wrong. Brandon Curry still has a top 6 Olympia physique if he's able to come in at his absolute best, but I don't think he's going to win the Mr. Olympia or the Arnold Classic. And I don't mean this to be disrespectful at all, but William Bonac and Brandon Curry, I'm not sure how much longer both of those guys are going to compete. Let me know what you guys think. That could be a bold statement, but that's just my thoughts. And next up, I want to talk about the Shed James Hollingshead. These updates are not recent, but they were both taken within the last month. James has not been posting a ton of updates, but it was recently announced today that James will be doing the Detroit Pro, and as we all know, he will be competing in the 25 Arnold Classic as well. Excited to see this guy. At this year's Arnold Classic, James was 5th place, beating out Akeem Williams and placing right behind John De La Rosa. If James can pull off a top 5, top 6 at the 25 Arnold, it would be a great accomplishment, but it's not going to be easy. Now next up, switching over to Classic Physique, we have more updates from Mike Sommerfeld, currently 2nd best classic guy on the planet, and my favorite to win the 2025 Arnold Classic. And here he is pictured with Jay Cutler. I don't think we've officially looked at the list for Classic Physique for the Arnold Classic, so let's go ahead and briefly review that. So unfortunately, there's going to be no Breon Ainsley, no Ramon Dino, no Urs Kalecinski, but we do have Mike Sommerfeld, Wesley Vissers, Logan Franklin, Matt Grego, Gabriel Zancanelli, Michael DeBoer, and a bunch of other guys. But everyone I just named, quite possibly going to be your top 6. I think Mike is going to walk away with the win, again, an early projection, but we never know. Matt Grego is a young guy, ton of potential, and I'm pretty sure Wesley is hungry to retain the Arnold Classic title, and after what we saw at the Olympia. It's going to be interesting. Now, speaking of the Miracle Bear Urs Kalecinski, he recently posted up some images with Honey Rambod, and people are wondering, is he now going to work with Honey? Honey is retired, guys. He's not coaching Urs Kalecinski, but I can understand Urs not doing the Arnold. That Classic Physique Olympia title is up for grabs. And Urs also recently did a guest posing as Goku. I'm not going to talk about it too much because unfortunately all we have are cell phone videos. But the IFBB are more focused on adding another division that is lower than bikini instead of making sure we have proper photography for guest posing and bodybuilding shows. But don't get me started. Looking forward to seeing a big year from the Miracle Bear Urs Kalecinski, and he could very well potentially be our next Classic Physique Olympia champion. And last but not least, I do want to talk about the latest update of Stephane Matala, who is rumored to be about 286 pounds right now, which is just insane. And I saw a comment that was really funny to me earlier. Someone said that Stephane has made more improvements in 6 months than Regan Grimes has in the past 6 years. And I don't think we can really argue with that much, but this guy has definitely blew up, and I'm excited to see how he's going to do in open. But I have a feeling that Stephane is still going to have to get bigger to be truly competitive. Now let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. You guys let me know in the comment section below who is this legendary bodybuilder. And as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video, and if you have not done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.